opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Bundle up, bring your crew, and make this winter one for the books with Bachfest at Beer House. Enjoy winter brews that will tangle with your taste buds, polka dancing, games like Hammerschlagen, Stein Stamina, and much more. Bach beer will be flowing, and sausages and pretzels will be available for purchase. Doors open at 11 a.m., and the party goes outside until 6 p.m. before moving inside. VIP tickets are $75, but just $5 gets you in the door. Buy your tickets today at beerhousene.com for this Saturday's Bachfest.
Early break.
Line of the night.
On the group chat.
If that was the draw, says Jake, I'd throw a pizza at the window.
What is that?
What does that mean?
What I text back right away. What does it?
It means
Well,
exactly
you
what
back
it said.
laughing emoji.
Yes.
I have no clue what that means. Is what Coach Bush
With
said.
Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush from 6 to 9 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning. Now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Welcome in to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Bill Mitchner.
Here we are back another week. Have a couple, one new, one returning guest tonight. Both of them are board members. So let's welcome Jay Pitts.
Thank you, Bill.
And Tyler Kai.
Yeah, thanks, Bill. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. We're going to actually start with you tonight, Tyler.
All right.
So explain why you're a part of Lighthouse and really what connected you to the mission and why you're on our board of directors. And what do you do, by the way?
Yeah. So I've been a board member for about a year. So April of last year is when I joined as a board member.
And that blows my mind.
Which doesn't seem possible, truthfully. But my day job is working for the Huskers. So I'm a deputy AD of revenue generation for Nebraska Athletics. I've been at Nebraska for about 3 years, living here in Lincoln, but I've been a career college athletics administrator, several stops before coming to Nebraska, but back home effectively. So I was born in Nebraska and I was raised across the river in Iowa. Grew up a Husker fan. So it's good to be working for the Huskers. And I think we got a lot of good momentum, but what brought me to being a board member at Lighthouse was really familiarizing myself with Lighthouse through what our student athletes at Nebraska do. Volunteering, did a couple days of service with Lighthouse, helping out. So that was where I was kind of exposed to Lighthouse, but a fellow board member referred me. And I'll never forget sitting down with you and Pete at the mill and talking about how I could help and how I could be involved. And then I even sent you an email after our meeting because prior to me getting into college athletics, I really wanted to be a youth counselor and, helping connect kids and using sports as the avenue to sort of break down barriers and connect with kids. And hearing about what you and Pete and what all the staff at Lighthouse do was inspiring to me. And so I wanted to find a way to sort of scratch that itch, if you will, and get a little bit more involved and find ways to use my skill set and my passions to help further the mission of Lighthouse.
Yeah. And I had a lot of questions for you, and you even asked me. Do you remember the question that you asked me that I think really kind of sealed the deal? Because to us, it's not really us interviewing you when we go to board members or potential board members. It's about you interviewing us to make for sure that our mission fits you.
Absolutely.
And one of your questions you had for me, and
I can't remember. No, I don't remember this, but I'm curious to hear what you have to say.
You asked me how I would use you as a board member to make it beneficial for both directions.
Absolutely.
And do you remember my answer to that question?
You're gonna have to remind me of that too.
It's really what you're an expert in, what you do at the university is helping us with fundraising and identifying some of the weaknesses and areas of growth for ourselves. Because we do a lot of great things, but we've been doing them a long time. And it's time to, if we continue to expand as an organization and do more things, we've got to connect different people to Lighthouse and believe in what we do. So,
well, and I'm glad you remind me of that, because that is a little bit even what I think about. And it's a lot of what I've said to you and Pete for that matter. My time can be very limited. So I'm very choosy about what I spend my time doing and what organizations I want to be involved with. So I wanted to make sure that you saw it the same way that I see it, because I don't want to be a part of something that I'm not going to be used appropriately
and actively engaged.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
I mean, we can have a lot of names, a lot of faces on the board, but I feel it's a miss if I'm not engaging you to our mission. Yep. You're going to feel it's a miss because you're not going to quite understand why you're even there.
Absolutely.
And I want to connect you both with our mission and our kids to connect the dots of how do we continue to have this place run at a high level. And to be honest, that takes dollars.
It does.
I mean, I got to pay the people to be there.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
And who recruited you? Because he is our number one recruiter for our board of directors.
Yeah. Andy Joyce is who recruited me to join Lighthouse.
He just keeps doing it. He keeps drawing people in.
Yeah.
So,
well, you all put a little pressure on me though, because I think you had said on my first meeting that Andy was like 3 for 3 or maybe 2 for 2 on recruiting board members, and I was the next one. And so I had a lot of pressure day one. But I think this is the first time that you're really, kind of putting me through some of the heat.
That's right.
As a board member, I've sort of been able to escape some of the heat until now.
Well, it's funny because I watched the portal, so I got to learn how to make for sure people stay with us. So.
It's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. But you're right, Bill. I think the thing too is, and I've learned this pretty early on in my fundraising career because I've been in college athletics fundraising. Everybody has a cause worth supporting. And I think if you can tell that story and do a nice job of telling that story, it helps bring people that also care deeply about what that cause is. And I truthfully have always believed that fundraising is just trying to find ways to partner with people who care about the same cause that the organization is trying to live out, and then finding ways to deepen that connection and give them an opportunity to help. That's really it. Fundraising is just asking people to help. We do a lot of really cool things at Lighthouse. And we need a lot of other people to come alongside us to make sure that we can continue to do more of those things, because I think maybe even another
hallelujah
question, that's right. I mean, that's it. Like, what could you do with another 10%?
Right.
10% more time, 10% more space, 10% more resources, another staff member. How many more kids could be reached if you had that? And that takes resources. That takes a lot of people helping us be able to do that.
I think that sounded like a challenge, Fitzy, don't you think?
I think it was a challenge.
Yeah. So are you telling me if I get all 10% of those things, you're asking me what I do?
Sure. I'd love to hear it. Let's dream big. Yeah, let's dream big. Maybe we got somebody listening right now that would be interested in helping us do that.
Hey, look, I got big dreams at Lighthouse. I'm not done.
Well, and leave it to the fundraiser to put a challenge like that on, within the first 10 minutes of the show.
Well, so before we get to Pitsy, I want you to, you've gone to a few events with our kids, right?
I have. Yeah.
Well, what's your favorite event and why? And maybe if you have a story you can pull out of that. And if you want some time to think, I can go on to Pitsy and we can come back.
Go to Pitsy. Come back to me.
I'm ready.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Let's go.
All right. So we have our 35th coming up.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Exciting.
We're only going to give tidbits, by the way, because we can't give too much away because we're not ready to formally announce what we're doing.
Right. 35 years. And I can actually remember being at Lincoln High when Lighthouse actually opened.
When I was a punk kid there.
When we were friends at Lincoln High, and yes,
Kid.
Lighthouse got you to where you're at, and seeing you, like I said, we were friends in high school. We didn't really hang out, but we were cordial with each other. And I didn't really quite know what Bill was all about after high school, after the school.
I didn't know what Bill was really about.
Right. But, seeing you from where you were there in high school, and having Lighthouse come into your life, and seeing how, like I tell you all the time, you are the perfect person to run this organization, because you have been through the same thing that a lot of the kids are going through. And, when these kids can see what the potential is for them in you, that just, it just is, it's so cool for me to see that. And that's why, I want to be a part of this. I want to help out any way I can.
You can't get paroled. You're stuck.
Well, I'm glad I'm stuck.
As long as I'm in, you're in.
I'm glad I'm stuck, because the mission, like I said, the last time, the family environment that these kids, get to come to, it's just, it's an amazing program. And, as a board member, I'll try to do anything I can to help out. So, and I appreciate you guys having me on the board.
It's an honor for me to lead this organization and really lead the staff that I have, because we go back to what Tyler was talking about, is connecting people to the mission and truly live that mission. And I truly believe the people that are there, and even all the other staff that have been a part of Lighthouse over the years, all at some point or another believed in that mission deep enough to be a part of these stories, regardless of what they moved on to. Part of their story is Lighthouse.
Absolutely.
And they gave a piece of themselves for as long as they could for the young people to have them move to the next level. And I appreciate every staff person that's done that through over the years, and board members and volunteers. But I really have to speak on the staff, because again, I've been there a long time and I've seen a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you've got a great staff. I like engaging with the staff. I always kind of tout myself as that board member that likes to get to know the staff. I really do. I want to get to know them. I ask them, what things do you guys need? As a board member, I'll be there to help you guys out. If there's things that you guys are needing or wanting, you come to me, and I think I got a pretty good relationship with pretty much everybody that's on your staff. You got a couple new people I haven't got to really quite meet and talk to, but I'll reel them in.
So, you will.
I'll reel them in.
And they're amazing. And Brooklyn's one of the newest staff, and Erica, and both of them in their own rights are amazing.
Yeah, and I'm impressed with both of them. I've seen what they've done, and how they are with the kids, and they're impressive. But you know what? I know that you're not going to hire anybody that's not worthy of being at Lighthouse. So
there's always something I see, and it sometimes it's a downfall though, because positivity is my second strength, and sometimes I find things, glimmers of hope in people, and sometimes it doesn't work out quite as well. I've been lucky enough that the people that have been chosen to be on staff, though, are there for the right reasons.
They are.
And then even if they find out a few years down the road that this just isn't where I need to be in life now, it's great that they recognize that, and it's great that you've given what you could to the kids while you were here.
Absolutely. Well, and you've had that happen with a couple of staff members. I think that they've gone on to maybe greener pasture, but they always come back. Yeah. And they've left on good terms, and they were great, outstanding employees, and they did well with the kids.
And that was really twice. Carmen was one, but that was an incident that happened, and I won't get into too much detail, but she had something happen in her personal life, and she just couldn't do it with the kids at the time emotionally, and so she moved on to a completely different field. But she found her way back, and Billy twice. So he's 3-peat. Have to shut it. Billy was on here last week. So, but yeah. So again, we're a very family oriented environment. It's not just for the kids, but I really care about the staff that work there too. Because again, if I can't care about them and love them where they're at, then I probably shouldn't be doing what I do, because they're the ones that are actually doing most of the work with the kiddos.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't do a lot of that work. I go down, but they're the ones every day, all the hours, one-on-ones with the
They're
kids.
on the front line, and they're doing great. So They do a wonderful job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a selfless job too. This is something that oftentimes you go home and you feel sad or de-energized because of something that happens with a kid or a coworker or whatever's happening. And it's always a reminder of the wins that we get with our kids. And when we go in and look and see that they go from an F to a D, or they graduate, or they invite us to their quinceañeras, or whatever it might be, all of these wins we have to celebrate and understand this is why we do it. There's all kinds of stuff in the world. And I promise every job in the world has their hiccups and the things that you don't like and the things that de-energize. We have something a lot more special in what we do. And I'm very thankful because I recognize it all the time. And I get to recognize it at every level. I get to see it in the staff. I get to see it in board members. I get to see it with the kids. So I'm in a special situation where I get the full picture of the wins. I also get the full brunt of, I don't want to call them the losses, but the challenges
For sure.
that come our direction too. But I feel like that I've been doing this long enough, that I've navigated it well enough, that I can let a lot of that stuff roll off my shoulders now.
Well, I think you've stuck to a core tenet though, and that's love, right? Like I think that that's maybe one of the things that I've noticed in our board meetings when we have the staff come and present out at the board meetings, like just their attitude and the way that they interact with each other is fun. And you can tell that it's a fun environment for them to be in. And I also think for you to have folks that have left and come back also speaks to the environment that they are in, and that it is it's a place that, although it may be tough and there may be some challenges, they still want to be around. And even just the kids in general, right? Like kids can feed off of that. And if the environment is not a positive environment or is not a loving environment, and they don't feel like the staff genuinely cares, it can be a place that they don't want to spend time. And I think that is not a characteristic that exists at Lighthouse.
No, you're correct. I mean, even our accreditation people that come in and do that accreditation review are like, your kids love it here. They love the staff. They love being here. They're happy. They run around. Even when they're struggling and they come in and they start by crying, by the time 20, 30 minutes passes and we've processed with them and gotten them through that crisis, all of a sudden they're smiling again. And, we can, and we always talk to them about that and say, it's good to see that smile back today.
That's
I
right.
missed
I love
that.
that.
And when I walk in the door and we haven't seen them in a week, it's like, gosh, I've missed you. And they go, you have? Well, why wouldn't I? Well, geez, I've never had somebody say that to me. Well, we love having you a part of the environment.
That's right.
And that's what makes us special is we are a family environment. I mean, we hug each other. I mean, I hug my board for goodness sake.
I think that's just one of the requirements to be a board member is you have to hug.
Yeah, I mean, it really
you
is.
got to give a good hug, not one of those little half things. It's got to be a full out hug. That's Lighthouse.
And people that are not comfortable with that, and high five, fist bump, whatever you're good with, and it always turns into, can I have a hug now?
Yeah.
And that's what's special about what we're doing. And so one last thing is love. I call it living one's values every day. And so if you're doing that, you're going to spread a lot of joy and cheer. So with that, let's go ahead and take it to our first break.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green.
At Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical, we're ready, reliable, and recommended. Water heater acting up or your sump pump on the fritz? Call Action. Summer is around the corner. Is your AC working? Are you sure? Call Action. Electrical problems? I'm telling you, call Action. Call Action for a free same-day estimate or trusted second opinion. You heard that right, a free same-day estimate. 402-423-6960. ActionLincoln.com.
Bundle up, bring your crew, and make this winter one for the books with Bachfest at Beer House. Enjoy winter brews that will tangle with your taste buds, polka dancing, games like Hammerschlagen, Stein Stamina, and much more. Bach beer will be flowing, and sausages and pretzels will be available for purchase. Doors open at 11 a.m., and the party goes outside until 6 p.m. before moving inside. VIP tickets are $75, but just $5 gets you in the door. Buy your tickets today at beerhousene.com for this Saturday's Bachfest. Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service, but it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your county veteran service officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free, so visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Picture this. You're in the doghouse and flowers just won't cut it this time. Enter jewelry, the ultimate peace offering. It's a gesture that speaks volumes, showing her you're willing to go the extra mile to make things right. So next time you're in the doghouse, remember, diamonds are a guy's best friend too. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex at West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
So Harrison, you're supposed to have my back, and he threw a play at me that I guess I didn't look at the playbook well enough to realize that
you got to study up on those audibles out there.
Oh, Harrison. Hey, Harrison, when are you going to come to Lighthouse, by the way?
I told you that you got to let me know when Michelle's cooking. I hear that's like
She
kind of
cooks other than this week.
Right.
I mean, this week obviously we've been closed to the weather, and tomorrow or Friday. I keep saying tomorrow. I keep thinking it's Thursday, but it's always Wednesday that we do this. Brain. Friday, we're actually taking some kids to the skating rink, and
that's always a great time.
Yeah, so
we're kids that don't know how to skate at all with the kids that do know how to kind of skate. It's always a great.
Well, the cool thing is they have those little walkers for the ice, so they can like actually skate and not fall down all the time. So it's pretty cool.
My school did that every year. Like it was just the high schoolers and the seniors always got the side location. Ice skating was always like a favorite. That is always such a great time. When you get a bunch of kids together, it's when you get that mixture of the ones that don't know how to do it. They feel a little bit better about it because they see other people with the walkers. So that's a great time for sure.
Oh, and our kids don't care. They'll grab the walkers. I mean, they just think it's fun. And it's fun that we do it with the LSO, the Sheriff's Department. And it's a fun time for them to be a part of that. So we won't be cooking for that either because they'll be eating at the skating rink. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, skating rink
doesn't sound too bad.
Skating rink when Pitsy and I were growing up was a different type of skating rink.
Yeah, you'll never see me out on that ice. Never.
You did the wheels though, right?
I did the wheels, but I was one of those out of control kids who had to use the wall to slow myself down. Never knew how to use that little brake thing, but I managed. I've survived, and I'm good.
You put your other skate behind it.
Yeah, I could.
And then you don't have to worry about that. That little brake thing means that you're going to break.
Yeah,
when you hit the ground.
I'm gonna break my leg is what it means, Bill. Break.
Well, see, Bill, when you said that you're taking them to the skating rink, I did not think it was ice.
Oh,
I absolutely did not think it was ice. I thought you were taking it to the roller skating rink. That's where I thought you were going, not to the ice skating rink. Yeah. So I was kind of right there with you.
Oh, so you were like, what is this walker you're speaking of?
No chance. Yeah.
We never saw those back in the old days. Get out there and move.
Or fall
down and get up.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get back to business. So I left you with a question there, Tyler.
You did. So I had some time to think about it over the break a little bit and even pinpointing the event. And so it was our board dinner.
What is that though?
Yeah. So for the holidays, board members come to Lighthouse. We serve dinner to the Lighthouse kids. Gives us an opportunity to interact with Lighthouse kids as well as the kids that interact with us and each other, and also for us to serve. So really the core of it for me was just the interactions with the kids. And I think, and you made a good point at the break too, that I went up to a couple of the Lighthouse kids, and I think any kid, whether it's a Lighthouse kid or just a kid, when an adult talks to them, they're probably a little bit taken aback for a moment. But I think when they realized that I was a board member, I was there, it was a fun interaction. It was cool to sort of see their face light up as we were talking, interacting. So I enjoyed that a lot. And I know Jay's got an event that he enjoyed that I had to miss this year, but I will not miss it next year. Which was,
I mean, as much as you can.
Well, I'll absolutely do my best. Yeah, getting those on the calendar and blocking them can be a little bit challenging.
Well, but this time wasn't your fault. It was more of a scheduling problem with the buses.
It's all good.
So we had to change it.
It's all good. But yeah, it sounds like a great event, and I can't wait to go to it. So I know Jay wanted to talk a little about that too.
Yeah, the event, the shopping event at Walmart, where the
yeah, but hold on.
Yeah.
I want you to go back to the same event he was just talking about first.
Yes.
And then lead it to
okay. Yeah. So the board dinner with the Lighthouse youth this year, I was seated with 4 seniors, and we got to discuss some things, and I was just highly impressed with the way they all were. They were just sharp as could be. You had Jules was there, Kira, Kanye, Kaya, Kanye, and Javi. Yeah. But those 4, we had a great conversation. So then fast forward a week and a half to the event at Walmart, where the Lighthouse youth get $100 gift card to do shopping. I saw all 4 of them give me hugs and high fives and everything, and it was really cool. But the shopping event in itself is a real moving kind of deal. These kids get $100 gift cards, and they can get whatever they want. You see them sometimes they start out and they think about, oh, I want to get this, I want to get this, I want to get this for myself, but then they kind of slow down a little bit, and they're like, wait a second, I got $100. I can get my mom something, I can get my little sister something, I can get my siblings or something for their family. I mean, it's really kind of yeah, it's really moving to see that they generally kind of they think about their families and not themselves with this money. And just being there and seeing them and seeing that happen, it's just absolutely amazing. So that just solidifies why I love being a board member here, because that is just priceless. You get to see that. It is just priceless. Yeah. So
well, and you're talking about something they receive, right?
Yes.
Right.
Being a part of Lighthouse, us understanding that families struggle during the holiday seasons.
Mm-hmm.
What you guys aren't seeing right now is we're doing 35 intentional acts of kindness out there. And just last week over Valentine's Day, we had our kids put together cards that were handmade, and then cookies that Michelle baked, but they decorated.
Awesome.
Hand delivered them to nursing homes.
Awesome.
Two different nursing homes. The kids did, and they had a blast doing
awesome.
This to give back to and it's fun to ask a kid, hey, you want to come do this? I mean, any place else, people are like, why? Or what am I getting out of it? Our kids, heck yeah, when are we doing that?
Yeah.
And they go to do it. To me, that's just amazing. When we did the 25 acts of kindness for our 25th 10 years ago, we went out and we did hugs at some of the nursing homes, and we just lined up, and then the residents would come up and say, I'd like a hug. And then we give them a hug. And it was just the coolest thing to see. And our kids light up, the people
awesome.
that we're serving and so we have 35 of those coming this year. So I think we're like 4 or 5 in now.
It's awesome.
So
yeah, that's
Cool.
awesome.
So watch out for us. We're going to be out doing a lot of stuff. And one of the cool things that we're going to do coming up is we're going to make bracelets. And again, my mother-in-law is going through cancer, and Michelle went to her chemo treatment and saw that many of the people there don't have support. Nobody by them. And so Michelle's like, can we do that for those people?
Neat.
Make these bracelets with sayings on it.
Yeah, that's
That
neat.
is awesome.
So we're going to be doing that. We're also in the summertime going to be putting together care baskets for the homeless people downtown. And we're going to take them down, and we're going to have water bottles made with a saying on it from Lighthouse, so they can reuse those water bottles while they're out there too. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Just cool stuff like that coming. So as I said, the 35th, we got a lot of stuff coming up, and we're going to have a celebration, and we're going to have all kinds of stuff. So we got to stay tuned, and I'm going to bring some of the people that are going to be performing at our celebration on the radio.
It's going to be epic.
It will be really cool.
gonna be
It's a really
exciting.
cool, one of a kind event. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
And I think to your point, though, it is just more than like a one night event. Like for you to be doing these 35 acts of kindness throughout the year to celebrate and commemorate is a really unique thing to do.
We need you to use IACS, because we're coining that phrase, intentional acts.
Okay,
of
there you go.
kindness.
Yeah.
IACS.
Yeah. All
Got
right.
it. It's in
Not-
the
not the-
mental Rolodex.
I'll have
now.
to-
I
yeah.
got it,
not
yeah.
the random acts of
No,
kindness.
true.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. Intentional is a difference between the random.
Yes.
Well, and
Yeah.
we really do want to make a point of that, because everything that we do is intentional at Lighthouse, and we're helping our young people understand their choices are even intentional, or
Sure.
they can be intentional.
Yep.
If you bring them to light. So
Yeah.
we really just want to have everything as a lesson and an understanding for our kids to truly be involved. Because, you know, as we were talking on break, when it comes to adults coming into Lighthouse, especially, we have our kids be hesitant at first. It's because they don't know if you're just a visitor or if you're supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Once they know you're supposed to be there, they see you as a trusted adult. And so they know that you belong, and then I can come talk to you and you're approachable, and I can give you a hug at some point, especially once we make a connection.
Absolutely. We're good at hugs.
Yes, we are. Our kids, it's amazing. It really does warm my heart to sit there and watch the interactions that happen between the kids, between the staff and kids, even during our programs, to watch them just be a part of the program and engage and truly be a part of it. It's just different. And
Yeah.
I can continue to say that if I went back in time to the beginning of my career, I would speak differently than I speak now. The way the programs were being run, the way the connections were, it was just different. Even when I first became a staff person and not the leader, it was different the way we interacted than
Sure.
it is now.
Sure.
It's just different. Our times are different, and it's cool that our staff and our board and our organization is willing to shift and change with what we need to do in this world.
But that's awesome. I mean, society changes. You always have to kind of be on that the cutting edge. You know, you got to be forward thinking and see what else is out there and kind of change and adapt as society does. And I think that you guys are doing a great job doing that. You know, you're always, you know, kind of like one step ahead, which is better than being one step behind. So.
Well, Bill, one thing that I early on as a board member that astounded me was our graduation success rate. So looking at that as it compares to Lincoln Public Schools, which I believe, if I remember correctly, was like 82%. And, or it could be, let's just say mid 80s. But Lighthouse was mid 90s. So 95%. But it's not just about academic success. And I think that what we just talked about was trying to develop this holistic person and how you make intentional decisions and how you should be giving of your time and how you should be caring for other people and thinking of other people. It is beyond just this after school academic program. There is a lot more to all of what we do. And I think that is admirable, because it could just stop there, right? We could just say, hey, we just want you to graduate. We just want you to get an education and move on, check the box. But it is, how can we make sure that you're a good citizen? And then the TIP program is also something that I personally appreciate a lot about what we're investing in right now, and some growth opportunities there too, because it is, how can we even provide you with an opportunity to learn some valuable skills and some trades and get a career and better your life through education and through a career opportunity. So there's a lot of things. And I think the TIP program is relatively young as it relates to even the Lighthouse 35 years. But it is a sign of how we're adapting to the new landscape.
Absolutely. And it's only 2 years, a little over 2 years
Yeah.
in. And we've learned valuable lessons. And really the TIP program is intentional in the fact that a lot of kids aren't going to go to college. It's not in their cards. Some kids don't even want that. I'm not interested in college.
Totally.
And how do we break poverty if we're not giving them a pathway out of it and getting them to look at something that's viable for them? Because it's one thing to say, oh, you can break poverty. You can be anything you want. No, that's not real. I mean, it's nice for parents to say that to their kids,
For sure.
but reality is just not that. And it's finding out, what are you good at? What are you interested in? What can you put passion towards, to then have us guide you to what's out there to then connect it? Because how does any kid know what they're good at if we're not exposing them to many things?
That's well said.
Exactly.
That's well said. And the natural skills, I think, is what is important here too. There's a lot of things that I think, if without exploration, kids don't know that there's probably even a pathway for them to
Correct.
do that. So I mean, listen, as a fundraiser, I didn't grow up thinking I was going to be a fundraiser. That's not something that kids grow up saying.
You're not an 8th generation.
No, not at all. But it took exposure, and it honestly took somebody saying, you could be really good at this if you continued down this path, right? And it took some mentorship from me personally.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of that is just, how do you expose kids to it? How do you continue to give them opportunities to explore it? And I'm glad that we're doing that.
Well, and one of my favorite sayings is, you can't be what you can't see. And if we're not helping our young people and other people around them see what's in them, and them see themselves in whatever they're looking at, how can they do that?
Yep.
You can only pull off your tool belt what's there.
Absolutely.
You can't invent something to be there or know how to use it. One of my favorite things when I'm speaking is I'm talking about, I have a great doctor. I love my doctor. He's intelligent. He's actually progressive too, and he looks at many different ways to do it. But I'm not going to take him in or take my car into him and fix it if it breaks, because he doesn't have the experience, the knowledge. Right. So that's the connection we need to make. Yeah. So
good call.
We're going to be back here in a moment.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: light snow possible this morning. Otherwise, partly sunny and cold. You see a high of 5 above. Tonight, mainly clear, very cold with a low of -18. And tomorrow, mostly sunny and cold. An afternoon high around 8 above. I'm meteorologist Kyle Kleckner for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex at West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
Husker fans, Nebraska needs you in the vault for the last 2 women's basketball games on Wednesday, February 19th and Sunday, February 23rd. Their last 2 opponents, Oregon and Washington, have never played in Pinnacle Bank Arena before. Give these 2 new Big Ten members a warm Nebraska welcome and show them why Nebraska fans are the best in the nation. For a limited time, you can secure your spot at both games for just $10. This deal won't last long. Get your tickets before tip-off on Wednesday to cash in on this incredible offer. Go to huskers.com/tickets to secure your seats today.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Early break. Line of the night
On the group chat.
If that was the draw, says Jake, I'd throw a pizza at the window.
What is that? What does that mean? And one night text back right away. What is it?
It means
Well,
exactly
you
what
texted
it said.
laughing emoji.
Yes.
I have no clue what that means. What Coach Bush
With Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush from 6 to 9 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up
But why?
because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Ella Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket. Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Now back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's always great on break because we get into conversations, no matter who's here. Break is always a time to just kind of reflect. And we're talking about strength finders over here and talking about working through those type of things and helping our young people and really ourselves just do it better, know ourselves better, because I'm a big believer that I have to, it needs to start with me, that I need to try to put the product out there that I want my kids to become.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think I cry in front of my kids?
Yes. Yeah.
Because to me, that's an important piece, that they see this big guy and think of this big, strong guy, and then
Sure.
see me cry. They're like, that's okay to do. I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah, the modeling's good.
And then I've even had conversations of, well, what do you think about that? Does that make me weaker? And they're like, actually, no. I'm like, interesting, isn't it?
Yep.
Makes you human, Bill.
I know, right?
Yeah. Makes you
Dang it,
human.
I'm human.
Yeah.
Oh man. And I thought all this time that I was an alien. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So let's go back to the tip program, because again, we were on that path, and I was getting ready to make an analogy of my son. And when my son was growing up, and I grew up poor, so I didn't get this opportunity, but I made it a point, and my wife and I made it a point, that my son, if he wanted to go out for a sport, the answer is yes. We're going to start with yes. And so he was in every sport you can think of. I even coached a lot of the sports that he was in. And then I decided I want to do this. I don't want to be the coach. I want to be on the sideline and watch. I want to watch my son. I want to watch him explore. I want to watch him develop. I want all of these things. So I quit being a coach and started to be on the sideline. He goes all the way to high school. Same thing. I told him he couldn't actually do tackle football till 9th grade. So he starts tackle football, decides he doesn't like that. He does 2 years of that, goes away from that. He's in track, and it's okay, but it's not what I want to do. Then he comes to me and says, some coach comes in and talks about trap shooting. I'm like, okay. He's like, do you think I can try that? And I'm like, do you know how expensive trap shooting is? I go, son, you've never shot a gun, ever. You've never shot a shotgun. You're going to hit something flying through the air. And he goes, well, the coach said I can use his gun to try out. And I'm like, okay, I'll make a deal for you. I go, you go out, you try out. If you don't hit a single clay, we're not talking about this anymore, because I'm not investing thousands of dollars in something you just want to try. He goes out, first box of 25, he hits 1. Second box of 25, he hits 3. I'm like, okay, never shot a gun before. And here he is hitting something completely foreign flying through the air. I mean,
which is tough.
Yeah. So
It's tough.
I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing this. And so then he actually, by his senior or junior year, he starts that his sophomore year. By his junior year, he gets a medal in conference. And then his senior year, he gets a medal in conference and just misses a medal in state. And so I'm like, dang, this kid literally just excelled. And it goes to my point that if we're not exposing people, how will we ever know if they're good at anything?
Exactly.
And so that's the whole point of the TIP program, is to just expose them, show them that they do have it within them. And we see lights come on and we see them go, God, I thought I was going to go to college for this, but I want to become an electrician.
Absolutely.
I'm really good at it. I like it. It's exciting. I can make really good money. And it's fun to watch them just progress through that stuff. And that's what I really love about Lighthouse and the things that we do is we give opportunities for that growth and we get to see it in front of our eyes.
Absolutely.
I bet that's neat to see that aha moment where they're just, you can see the excitement in them.
And I get to see it almost daily, to be honest with you.
That's awesome.
Even in parents. I always tell people one of my favorite times, and you guys are going to think I'm crazy, is when a parent comes in angry, yelling, and cussing. People are like, why is that one of your favorite times? Because it gives me an opportunity to meet with a parent that truly cares about their child. Obviously, they're fighting for them. Might not be the way I want them to do, but that's what they know.
It's better than apathy.
And so then I'm meeting with them. And then by the end of our conversation, every time you see the shift in the parent to go from their individual student to the whole of Lighthouse and go, I appreciate everything you do here. And you're correct. I want you to have all of these kids have a safe environment to explore. And I appreciate you doing that. And they'll hug me.
Yeah.
Parent that I've never met before.
Yeah.
And so
imagine that, Bill.
Those are my moments that I just enjoy. And I appreciate my parents fighting for their kid. And I appreciate them slowing it down enough to have a conversation, to have a better outcome in the end.
Yeah.
And that's where our kids go. And so again, we appreciate you coming each and every week, and we appreciate you being a part of Be a Beacon. And my challenge to you is be a beacon for somebody. Same time, same place. See you next week.